It was Christmas Eve, and snowflakes drifted gently onto the quiet street where Mr. Curry lived. He was an old man, with wisps of silver hair peeking out from under his wool cap, and a face carved with years of smiles and heartache alike. His little house at the end of Maple Lane was humble and cozy, with a single candle flickering in the window, a tradition he held dear, hoping it might invite a little Christmas cheer. Every year, Mr. Curry decorated his home alone. He had once had a family, but time had a way of scattering loved ones across the map. And now his holiday companions were the memories that lingered in the stillness of his living room. He had a small, scraggly Christmas tree, decorated with handmade ornaments his children had crafted long ago, and a faded red stocking hung by the fireplace, embroidered with his wife's careful stitching. Asterisk for Charles. Asterisk. But this year, as Mr. Curry shuffled to his armchair with a cup of tea, he heard a knock at the door. Surprised, he opened it to find a group of neighborhood children, their cheeks pink from the cold, each clutching a gift wrapped in bright paper. Behind them stood Mrs. Adler, the lively neighbor who often greeted him with a wave but rarely stopped by. "Merry Christmas, Mr. Curry," the children chorused, holding out the gifts. Thank you," he stammered, eyes brimming with grateful tears. "You've brought more joy than you know." The children handed him little treats and handmade cards, each one colored with clumsy letters and happy Christmas trees. But it was Mrs. Adler who presented him with a soft, red-knitted scarf. "We thought you might like something warm," she said with a gentle smile. Inviting them in, Mr. Curry dusted off his extra chairs and handed out the last of his homemade gingerbread. He could hardly remember the last time his house felt so full, the rooms echoing with laughter and the scent of cinnamon filling the air. As the evening wore on, Mr. Curry's heart swelled with warmth he hadn't felt in years. It wasn't the gifts that made this night unforgettable. It was the company, the gentle reminder that no one was truly alone on Christmas. As they left, Mrs. Adler squeezed his hand and whispered, "We'll be back tomorrow for Christmas dinner, Charles. Your family now." And with that, Mr. Curry stood at the door, scarf wrapped snugly around his neck, feeling as if that old house on Maple Lane had come to life again. For the first time in years, he closed his eyes, inhaled the crisp winter air, and whispered, "Merry Christmas," knowing that this Christmas would be one he cherished forever.